Your Chicago Bears are in London, and so is Fox 32. Join Lou and Cassie for the sights and insights as the Bears get ready to take down the Jaguars. Tune in Friday for Bears Blitz London edition and set your alarm for Game Day Live at 6:30 Sunday. All this week on Fox 32 Chicago, home of the Bears.
Welcome to Bears Game Day Live, brought to you by Advocate Healthcare and Toyota. The Bears field trip here to London has given us a playful week of sightseeing in one of the world's most beautiful cities. But it's a business trip as well. And today, the Bears strive to play as big as Big Ben and Tower Bridge 3 wins together. Bears hoping to be smashingly good today against the Jacksonville Jaguars. What an incredible city. Bears getting ready to play host to the Jaguars here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's right, it is a Bears home game. Welcome back, along with Cassie Carlson, Lou Canellis, and Bears President Kevin Warren. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to be here.
You and the family having a good time?
Had a great week, a productive week with the family and all of our business partners and the football team, and it's a blessing to be here. Excited about today.
Congratulations to your staff. And this is according to Mercedes Lewis, who's been around the league 19 years now, his 6th time here, and said it's never been better with the way the Bears set things up for the players.
I mean, that's what makes the NFL so special, is the people. And we're blessed to have an incredible staff here at the Bears. And I just want to thank the McCaskey family for their support and encouragement to put on an incredible show for our fans, for our partners, and especially for our players. So I'm excited about today. It's been a great trip, and hopefully we can finish it off the right way and get a win today.
And waiting to come on with us, the boss of the NFL, Roger Goodell, NFL Commissioner, will join us coming up after Commissioner Goodell. Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner from the NFL Network. They'll be calling today's game. And then later on in the show, along with Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer, Bears linebacker Tremaine Edmonds and Kevin Warren, Bears president. Bears Jaguars coming up, 8:30 Chicago time here on Fox. Welcome back, and we have the pleasure of being joined by the NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you guys for stopping by.
Joining us here on Fox, and I want to open with, hey, kudos to London, to the NFL. What a terrific job. You know, we had the Eagles and Packers in Brazil. Last week, Jets, Vikings here. Today, Bears, Jaguars. Next week, Jaguars, Patriots. And then you go to Munich, Germany. In your opinion, how has the international series gone so far?
It's been incredible. It continues to grow. Wait till you see the way the fans react here. The passion you'll see is you'll feel like you're at a stadium in the States. And we're seeing that all over the world. Actually, we're getting more and more interest in playing the games, and we intend to try to meet that.
You heard Matt Eberflus say this week that he would love to take the Bears to Madrid next year, and you mentioned that you would love to go even more international. What are some of the other cities that you would like to see the NFL play in one day?
Well, we are playing in Spain next year. We'll move around a little bit in some of the countries. We're looking at Berlin. We're looking maybe at Rio next year as part of the Brazil. We'll be back in Mexico next year. But we're also looking as far as Australia, Asia. We have some other markets in Europe, including Ireland, that we're looking at. So there's a lot of great markets that really want to have this game.
You know, Bears fans forget the Super Bowl Bears actually started this whole thing back in 1986, the American Bowl.
I was there, yes.
Did you go to the game? Because I know you weren't commissioner until 2006, but you were here.
I was an intern at the time, but I was a working stiff, yes.
But what an experience for the Bears, for the Brits back then, because you had Walter Payton, you had the fridge, who would be huge, bigger than life.
The McCaskies have been wonderful about saying we want to participate, we want to bring the Bears to the rest of the world. And, you'll see the difference from '86 because the fans are so much more sophisticated. They understand the game a lot more. It's not, we were compared to sort of the circus comes into town. Now we're a part of this community, and people look forward to this strip of games, and we're really proud to be there.
Lou Canellis, Cassie Carlson, Bears Game Day Live. Boy, how lucky are we? This is the crew that'll be calling today's game on the NFL Network. Kurt Warner, former MVP quarterback, Rich Eisen alongside as well. You guys are setting up residency here, huh? 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been a great trip. It is always awesome to come over here to see all the fans. A lot of Bears fans here, but usually see about every team represented. But we love London. We love the fans over here, and we love calling games. We only get a chance to do this a few times a year on the network, so we love coming over every year, and we'll do as many as they let us.
We didn't love watching the Vikings win last week, by the way.
Yeah, listen, you can't get all the results that you want, Lou. You know what I mean? It's going to happen that the NFC North is going to send another team here, and they're 5-0. Your team is 3-2. I'm looking around. There's Bears jerseys absolutely everywhere. Yeah. So it's a home game for you guys.
Really cool. One thing that your teammate Stacey Dales reported this week in Chicago was that offensive coordinator Shane Waldron was not scripting plays to start games early on in this season. We've seen the team get better gradually week over week. How surprising is that when you're pairing a new offensive coordinator and a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick here, mate. I think it's one of those things where it wasn't as if he didn't have plays that were his favorites and plays that he talked to the team about as some openers. But I was a little bit surprised when you've got a young quarterback and you're trying to build that stability and you want him to be comfortable, especially early in games, laying out 15 plays and going, okay, unless something changes, we're going to try to stick to these things. Just giving him a little more direction. I was a little bit surprised to hear that, but I think the great thing is when you have a coach, you're always feeling out your team, and he's made those adjustments. He's felt out what Caleb likes, and it seems to have, made a difference these last couple weeks as he looks a lot more comfortable out there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bears Blitz, brought to you by IGS Energy. We are back in London at the Greenwood Sports Pub, which about 600 Bears fans who have made the trip here to see the Bears play the Jaguars at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and also Charles Peanut Tillman, who's been here. What is up? You've been here since Monday. How's it been for you?
I've been busy. Been in Scotland, went out to Scotland for a day, but I've been working hard. We've been doing a lot of monster mini camps, these monster clinics that we've been putting on for the Brits and these kids, and the whole Play 60 initiative. It's been awesome hanging out with them.
I do want to talk a little football with you because this Bears defense, third in takeaways right now with 11 so far this season. That is an emphasis in Matt Eberflus's defense. You have the peanut punch trademarked in Chicago and around the league. What's the key to having so much success with takeaways this early in the season?
Rush and cover is something that Coach Flus and Coach Washington, they've been preaching since day one. And right now it's a culture, and they realize that taking the ball away, it'll win you games. And they're doing a hell of a job doing it.
Boy, you had 42 forced fumbles in the course of your career, known for the peanut punch. How proud are you of the secondary? I mean, the secondary's been lights out at least through the first 5 games.
You know what? They've been playing really well, but it's not all about the secondary. I have to give a little bit of credit to John Hoke and the defensive, the D-back coaches. They've done a phenomenal job, and the players have done an amazing job of listening to the coaching that they've been given, and they go out there and they make the diagrams come to life. And they've been doing a hell of a job, and I love watching them play.
Tonight, the stage is set.
With the first pick,
The future of the Bears is back on the clock.
Chicago Bears select.
The Bears! They're down!
The 2025 NFL Draft is here.
Going to be prepared for all the different scenarios that pop up.
The Ben Johnson era takes another big step.
We could do some fun things there with number 10.
And Fox 32 Chicago, your home of the Bears, is live with all of tonight's draft action.
Who will be the newest Chicago Bear?
Get ready, Bear fans. Bears Draft Live starts now.
Yeah, it's promising to be a wild night. The biggest day during the NFL's offseason. Over the next 90 minutes, we are going to get you set up for who the Bears may select. Let's bring in the other members of our team on tonight's show. Cassie Carlson, there she is. She is going to join us live from Green Bay. Tina Nguyen is at Bears headquarters at Hallis Hall. And Jake Hamilton is on the field somewhere here at Soldier Field, kicking field goals and talking to the fans. But I want to bring in my partner here on set here in the north end zone on the concourse level. He is Anthony Herron. We worked together on Bears Game Day Live during the football season. Good to see you, partner. Are you as excited as I am?
Oh, man, good to be seen, partner, especially on a night like this where so much hangs in the balance for the entire National Football League. And as usual, it feels like the Bears are one of the central central storylines in setting up the draft. Last season, it was because they had the #1 overall pick. But this season, even without the #1 pick, because of the roster that Chicago's been putting in place, you can tell there's some anticipation around the NFL in the deepest division in this sport. It feels like the Bears are a sleeping giant, and now they get to continue to bolster that roster.
NFL draft is in Green Bay, the 9th city to host a draft since it started its tour around the country, and we know that that tour started here in Chicago back in 2015. Cassie Carlson has been in Green Bay since Tuesday. Cassie, set the scene for us, will you?
A lot of Packers fans. That's the best way to describe it right now. They are behind the camera. They're behind me looking at the draft stage. They are everywhere. I've also seen a handful of Bears fans here, too. It's a really cool atmosphere. I got to admit it. I know I'm not supposed to say that because I'm from Chicago. Everything is taking place outside of Lambeau Field in the parking lot. They have Lombardi Avenue shut down, and you can sense that it's just like they're very proud to be hosting the NFL draft here. And I got to say, it's very organized as well. And yesterday was a really cool day because we had all of the draft invitees who are going to be here in Green Bay tonight, waiting in that green room to hopefully hear their name called tonight. And we got to talk to them after they went through a Special Olympics clinic, and it was really cool to hear their perspective. Obviously, they're all very excited to hopefully hear their name called here tonight. This is a life-changing moment for all of them.
Maybe if I just talk long enough, the show will run out. Lou, I know you're watching. I know I can see everyone watching up there. 4 steps back to the left. That doesn't help me, Allie. I don't know what that means. All right, here we go. No one look. Everyone look that way. It went up. They're saying woo. They're saying woo. They're saying woo. They're so deeply impressed.
No, they're saying
woo.
boo.
They're saying.
All right.
No, they're saying boo. You don't know. No, they're saying Lou. They're saying Lou.
Nice work.
Allie, well done.
Never
well done.
again.
Allie Schlegel, never
Is it
again.
getting worse every season?
I'm done.
When he
I'm
does
done.
That? I think it's getting worse.
Done.
Thanks, and say thank you to Allie as well. Give me your pick.
Kelvin Banks, that's my guy. I agree with the ladies. I think the line of scrimmage is the way to go. I don't believe Mason Graham or Will Campbell will be there. I think it's going to be Kelvin Banks.
All right, and I think if none of those guys are there, the Bears are trading the pick, going to select between 12 and 20, and we'll take Colston Loveland.
Oh, wow, okay.
Colston Loveland.
You're watching Fox 32, the home of the Bears.
Family members walking into the auditorium there at Hallis Hall.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that press conference is going to start with the Bears GM, Ryan Poles, as well. But for now, we're going to continue to have this conversation. At the end of the day, how long do you think, Anthony, is going to take for this? What we saw for that explosive Lions offense, what do you think it's going to take to see some of that here? Because obviously we haven't seen an explosive offense here pretty much in my lifetime, and I'm 40.
That's one of the more fascinating aspects of this move because amongst other candidates that were being considered, I'm told that Pete Carroll, he didn't
Anthony,
even get a second
I'm going to interrupt
interview.
you right now. Looks like Ryan Poles is stepping to the podium. Let's take a listen.
Thank the candidates that we interviewed over the last 2 weeks. I want to thank our search committee for their time and their energy in what was an exhaustive search. You know, we said we were going to cast a wide net, and that's exactly what we did.
We are joined now by head coach of the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson. Congratulations.
Thank
just
you.
had a whirlwind of a morning, a few days, but to stand up there at that podium to address not only the media, but really Bears fans, what was that moment like for you, and has it set in?
No, it hasn't. It's been surreal. Everything has really happened so fast since the season ended for me in Detroit, and you know, it didn't take long for me to make a decision, and that's really, I think that speaks volumes to the people here in this organization. I knew instantly where I wanted to be.
Why did you know instantly? What sold you?
Yeah, I think George, Kevin, Ryan, they painted a perfect picture of how we were going to attack this thing together.
Chicago Bears pregame is bigger.
150 new friends of mine.
Bolder.
We share a birthday together.
Better than ever.
It's the only show going to town.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Caleb.
My daughter Gia out there.
Did your heart just melt?
Bears Game Day Live today at 9:30. Brought to you by Advocate Healthcare and Toyota.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Fox 32 NFL Combine Special, Scouting the Future. My name is Lou Canellis. Joining me, as always, during the football season, my Bears Game Day Live and Bears Blitz partner, Anthony Herron. Great to have you back in the house.
Football season never ends, right? Like, we get a brief respite between the end of the Bears season, which has not led anywhere near the Super Bowl in recent years, and now the Super Bowl is beyond us, and now every team around the National Football League preparing for their offseason, trying to enhance their rosters in whatever way that they can. And with the new regime in place, now the Bears get their opportunity to try to chart their course with Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about what the Combine means to the Bears organization, because we haven't talked since the end of the season. The Eagles have won a Super Bowl championship since then, and the Bears have a new head coach in Ben Johnson. What does the NFL Scouting Combine signify for the Bears organization with the new leadership now on the football field?
I would say the position the Bears are in going into this Combine feels a bit unique because you have a general manager who's been in place for 3 years in Ryan Poles, and so a lot of this roster, really this entire roster at the moment, is the image that Ryan Poles had in place. But now you bring in a new head coach, a highly touted former coordinator who's running the best offense in football the last couple of seasons with the Detroit Lions. And so how much of that give and take, how much of that conversation between Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson, if there are things that really Ben Johnson feels will suit his vision of this roster, then how much give and take is there between Poles and Johnson to make some adjustments, because there are certain contracts in place. That's where the Combine can really be a big deal for the Bears this week. All these prospects who are going to take to the field, that's a part of it with the enhanced physical evaluation and the measurables. But then, of course, you also factor in the opportunity that'll be there to meet these prospects in person. And there are 3 out of the top 41 picks in this draft cycle that the Bears have access to. You anticipate all 3 of those players, and who knows, if you wheel and deal, maybe it's a little more, maybe it's a little less, but you have a chance to bolster your roster.
Bears in a good position as we get ready for the NFL draft coming up at the end of April. Let's go live to Indianapolis, home to every NFL Scouting Combine since 1987. Another Combine meant another visit to St. Elmo's for Cassie Carlson to clear out the cobwebs, right?
Exactly, and I think we might be going back tonight. That's like a tradition that you have to do every time you're in Indianapolis, is book that reservation early to St. Elmo's. I will tell you who I saw walking through the restaurant: Jim Nantz and Tony Dungy. And I would imagine that Tony Dungy eats for free at St. Elmo's when he does go there. So that's just kind of the scene that you have when you're in Indianapolis, because this is essentially a convention for every single person involved in the NFL.
The NFL roadmap for the upcoming football season has been officially released. The Bears with plenty to get ready for before taking on the 17-game challenge, and we are going to talk about it over the next 30 minutes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Chicago football schedule release show. Along with Cassie Carlson, I'm Lou Canellis. Joining us here on set to open up the show, the Hall of Fame columnist, Rick Tellender in the house. Good to see you, Rick.
Thank you, Lou.
You can also read his work on Fox32Chicago.com. And Pat, the designer from ESPN Chicago, also here to help us break down the Bears schedule. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming along. You can also stream on Fox Local, Fox YouTube, and Fox32Chicago.com. All right, guys. The build-up for this schedule release has been exhausting. Tellender, it wasn't like this when we were young in the business, right?
Well, maybe you read it in the paper, maybe. Oh, they play this game, this is how the season starts. And all you cared about was, am I going to go to that game? Do I have my family come in? It was just arranging things. But now it's like, are you kidding me? This is like the Pope kind of thing. Like,
is it bigger than the Pope?
Like smoke coming out.
It's the biggest thing since the Pope was elected. I love it because it's like Christmas morning for all the Bears fans and NFL fans across the country, because I have friends texting me, when do you think the Green Bay game is going to be? When do you think we're going to Vegas? When should we book this trip? It's the excitement of the season feeling like it's officially really beginning.
Yeah, 100%. The fun part about this is just finding it out, trying to figure out what goes where. I don't know if you guys are obsessive like me, but okay, Vegas released this date. That means this must be here for the Bears. They're not going to travel this far apart. Like, it's such an enjoyable moment, an enjoyable time where it's football without football, dare I say.
Welcome to Indy 500 Inside the Brickyard, a Fox 32 Chicago special. The 109th running of the Indy 500 is already a sellout and will make history this weekend in the Hoosier State. But before the action, we wanted to take you behind the scenes. We'll meet our local driver, David Malukas, Car 4, a nice guy, big dreams, lots of talent. Come along as we walk you through the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, giving you a good look at Gasoline Alley, Pit Lane, and maybe the best thing to eat at the Brickyard. And finally, I go on a ride of a lifetime as I hop in a pace car for a trip around the track. Our top speed, 149, I think. First up, let's meet our local driver.
It's a lot of speed, but there's nothing like it. There's nothing like going 240 miles an hour. I'm not gonna lie, my foot was definitely shaking.
From the bricks and hardware to the garages and Gasoline Alley, only one of 33 drivers in this year's greatest spectacle in racing calls Chicago home.
I think it's the perfect city when it comes to everything. It's big, but not too big, and it's lively, it's got good energy, and you have all the different districts, it all matches so well.
23-year-old David Malukas started watching his now peers when he was only 6.
I remember actually, a few of the guys here, Dixon, Power, I grew up watching them, and I was pretending to ride on my scooter inside the house, going side by side with them, and now I'm actually doing it in real life.
He started with go-karts, and quickly his hobby turned professional.
It all happened so fast. First time I got into an open-wheel car, I was 15, 16 years old, so at that time it was still, I didn't even finish puberty yet. My voice was still going up and down and, putting the Hot Wheels away, and now I'm in an open-wheel car going 180.
And now on Sunday, he'll go more than 230 miles an hour in the 109th running of the Indy 500. His biggest supporters, his parents.
I think if you want to have a good show, just watch them watching the race. That's the best time that you're going to have.
Every single race, it's just very, very stressful for me as a mom. Because David, he's the youngest of 4. He was growing up with the 3 older sisters. He's my baby. Yes, he's my baby, and it's only one boy, so that is very stressful.
Racing doesn't come without risk. The technology's come a long way since the first Indy 500 in 1911.
Head to toe, what is?
So we're all fireproof. So I think the fireproof gear gives us around 14 seconds of being, in a fire. So, which is a lot of time. It sounds like it's not a lot, but when you're on fire, 14 seconds, you're gonna be out of there. I'm gonna tell you that much.
How hot is that thing?
Yeah, it's very hot. That's the downside to safety.
This is the Chicago Stars pregame show, presented by Wintrust, Chicago's bank.
Welcome back to Stars Pregame Live. Time for Jess to break down some of her favorite plays from last match. And really no surprise, both of them are Ludmila's goals. Jess, let's start with the first one. We were just going to break and you were watching that goal and you said, wow, that's pretty. And you loved the way that Jamise Joseph was able to find her in space.
I sure did. This is bread and butter, striker to striker. You see Jamise Joseph, she has so much space, and the first thing that she does, she takes her first touch. She's able to turn, take a look up, and she makes eye contact with Ludmila here, and she knows exactly where to thread the needle. And I love this by Ludmila because she's directing Jamise Joseph exactly where she wants the ball. And this is what is so amazing. When you're a striker and you are on your horse at full speed, you want the ball at your front foot. And that's exactly where Joseph was able to play Ludmila, is into her front foot, in stride. And then she sambas on the ball. She shakes, she bakes the goalkeeper, and she's able to slot this one low across the frame. This is just a striker's dream come true because these are the things that you work on and you're absolutely able to execute. And then the backflip is just cherry on top. Welcome to the NWSL, Ludmila.
Were you able to do a backflip back in your career?
Oh, no, I'd break everything.
Oh.
Beautiful evening, 80 degrees, partly cloudy. There is a slight chance of rain in the forecast. We are underway. Cary, North Carolina, Chicago Stars against North Carolina Courage. Interesting notes there, and these forwards are playing without Mallory Swanson. Worth noting that she is not playing this season, just announced. Her and her husband, Dansby Swanson, shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, who actually hit a home run today, are expecting their first child. Through ball right there. Oh, and a shot, and it goes in quickly. Quick counter. Manaka puts that one away. That one unfolded quickly at a toe poke past Alyssa Nair.
Welcome in to our Stars post-game show from our Fox 32 Chicago studios. I'm Tina Nguyen. Stars fall to the dash 2-1 in the home opener as we take a look at some of the highlights as we go out to SeatGeek Stadium. How about the 18th minute here? And Jamisi Joseph getting the Stars on the board. B. Franklin with the long ball finds Joseph, who shows off her speed. She gets behind the defender and slots the ball in the back of the net. Stars with their first goal of the season. Here, they take a 1-0 lead. That was also B. Franklin's first professional assist in the NWSL.
There's some crazy things going on social media right now, but right at this moment, 3:15 Chicago time, Pittsburgh Public Safety, which includes the Pittsburgh Police Department and EMS, is saying what happened is accidental in nature. The man, still unidentified, fell onto the warning track at right field. The fan remains in critical condition in a Pittsburgh hospital. The Pirates have not provided information on the fan's condition. They will not, saying any update will come from the appropriate medical personnel in conjunction with this man's family. By the way, the railing that runs along Clemente Wall in right field at PNC is 3 feet, 36 inches in height, and that actually exceeds the building code requirements of 26 inches in Pittsburgh. Again, as we learn more about this situation, we'll bring it to you here on Fox 32 Chicago. Do I blame Caleb or his father for turning their backs on the Bears? I don't. Williams was telling Confidence that he didn't think it was going to work with offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. From the start, he knew. And sure enough, Williams was running for his life all season long. A bad offensive line and an offensive scheme, folks, that did not work. Now, the Bears put the kid in a tough position all season long. Ryan Poles did him right. George McCaskey, Kevin Warren, they all did this kid right. They went out and they got the best offensive mind, Ben Johnson, to be his new head coach. And they paid a king's ransom to make it happen. Now Williams, he needs to come through.
Catch the latest on this story at Fox 32 on Fox Local. The Chicago Hounds are on the hunt for a title. Fox Chicago Plus is your way to watch. Tonight, Major League Rugby playoffs. Root for your Chicago Hounds as they take on Old Glory DC. Chicago's got a championship team. The place to watch, Fox Chicago Plus.
So today we're going to talk about the scrum. The scrum is a competitive way of resetting the game. It's usually 8 per side. 8 forwards from each side, and then you push together to see who wins the ball. So firstly, we've got our one side, and our other side, the ball gets put in by our scrum half, and we push to see who wins the ball. And so play continues.
You want to learn more about rugby? Just hit up fox32chicago.com/rugby rules, and we'll see you this season on Fox Chicago Plus, your home for Chicago Hounds Rugby.